Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A judge did not hear the motions Thursday for Fernando Acosta Jr., the man accused in the Amanda Johnson murder case, but a trial date has been set. And as of yesterday, the Parks and Recreation staff are giving away free mosquito dunks. Find out where. Plus, new numbers published by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection show a decrease in border crossings.
And we still got some more showers, tropical showers that is coming our way going into this afternoon. But we've got another area of interest in the Gulf that we're going to be watching as tropical showers appear likely again next week. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. And today it's the 21st day of June 2024. The time is now just about 6:31 on our Friday morning, and it is Giraffe Day.
Giraffe Day. I like this day, Carolina.
Well, they're the tallest mammal in the world.
Is that right?
And I feel like you're 6'5", Parker.
Yes, I'm very tall. The cameras don't do any justice.
I think the giraffe's your spirit animal.
Yes, giraffe is my spirit animal. I mean, he's tall like me.
We gotta work on some spots though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta make a couple of giraffe spots on me.
Well, Parker, how is it looking out there with our forecast?
Well, Carolina, if we had any if we had any giraffes out there, this is
I think we've stretched the giraffes as much.
Yeah, I was gonna say
stretch it out as much as we can.
I was gonna say, you know, giraffes love to live in Africa, and also not just Africa, but other places around the world. But they like the more kind of savanna kind of weather, and we are going to be the opposite of that today.
We're going to be wet.
We're going to be wet. Yeah, we've got some more showers coming our way. In fact, if you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Victoria. The showers have cut off this morning, but we might have, like I said, some more as we go into the afternoon. We'll look at that in just a second because right now still plenty warm and humid. It's another summer morning for y'all folks. Right now 76 degrees in Victoria, and humidity is at 97% because your dew point is 1 degree off in the temperature. And there's also a very, very light breeze out there this morning, so very, very, very light to calm. So please be careful if that is conducive of maybe just a little bit of light fog out there this morning. So please be careful if you're driving in that. But otherwise, like we were just saying, we did have some just a couple light scattered showers or isolated showers out there about an hour to half hour ago. You can see they've all died off, and we've got a pretty clear scope on the radar this morning. But I don't think that's going to be the case as we go into the afternoon hours, because looking at your future radar, you can see showers going to start developing again off the immediate coast going into this afternoon, and they're going to start coming inland as the sea breeze will most likely advance, bringing all the rest of the tropical moisture that was left from Alberto. But also, you kind of did see there's going to be a few peaks in sunshine today, and the sunshine is actually going to be the extreme. The UV index is going to be extreme today, so please be careful with that. But with that being said, we're going to get up to about 90 degrees here in Victoria is what I'm thinking. Well, out west, y'all can see the low 90s is what I'm thinking for today. But other than that, like we've been saying, we have another chance for tropical mischief coming our way going into this weekend. The good news is it's not going to really come our direction, but the National Hurricane Center has a 60% chance of this system that is currently over the Central Americas and over the Western Caribbean, of that developing into another tropical cyclone. And what we're looking at is this system could be taking nearly the exact same path, very close to the exact same path as Alberto, and it's going to be sort of pretty much a blurry mirror scenario of what we just saw over the last few days to come our way here in the Crossroads. So plenty more tropical showers to come on Sunday and into Monday, and plenty more warm temperatures to come after that. And we're going to take a look at all of that and more in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A judge did not hear the motions Thursday for Fernando Acosta Jr., the man accused in the Amanda Johnson murder case. The pretrial motion is reset for July 10th, and as of now, a trial is set for August 19th. Acosta turned himself into the Matagorda County Jail and is now out on a bond. His bond was set at $500,000. On Sunday, April 18th, 2021, the Matagorda County Sheriff's Office found human remains in a burned-out 2018 Ford Explorer. They confirmed the remains to be those of Amanda Johnson. Parks and Recreation staff are giving away free mosquito dunks at the community center and at their office at Riverside Park. The dunks are put in standing water like ponds or puddles. They kill mosquito larvae without harming fish or animals. Parks and Recreation will hand out 1 dunk per household. They recommend using preventative measures to stop outbreaks, like removing or covering containers that hold water, fill or drain puddles, keep gutters and culverts clean, and changing the water in bird baths or wading pools at least once a week. And keep that grass and shrubbery well trimmed. They'll also use the dunks and spray the city to control mosquitoes if we receive heavy rain, much like the rain we received from the impact of Tropical Storm Alberto. Alberto caused the bay to flood Magnolia Beach. Near Port Lavaca, the south side of the beach was closed and completely flooded. Some residents could not access their property. One resident's car was seen halfway in the water. Fewer undocumented immigrants are crossing the southern border. New numbers published by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection show the month of May saw a 9% decrease in border crossings from April. Border Patrol agents had just over 117,900 encounters with undocumented immigrants crossing the border illegally. The dip in numbers seen this year can be largely attributed to increased help from Mexico in slowing migration. Mexico has stopped nearly 3 times as many migrants inside the country as it did a year ago. Now to another close call at a major airport. Airline passengers had a scare over the suburbs of Oklahoma City, and the FAA is now investigating the incident.
The FAA is investigating another concerning incident on a Southwest Airlines flight after a plane appeared to come dangerously close to homes near Oklahoma City.
For some reason, they blew through an assigned altitude and continued and got very close to the ground.
The Boeing 737, which took off from Las Vegas Tuesday night, was descending into Oklahoma City's airport just after midnight when it dropped as low as 525 feet over the city of Yukon, passing just over a high school. A low-altitude alarm alerted air traffic control, which contacted the cockpit.
4069, low altitude alert. You good out there?
The air traffic controller in the tower saved the day by telling them, check your altitude.
The plane landed safely, but local residents flooded social media, saying they thought the plane was going to hit their homes.
It was night. It was late. Perhaps the crew was tired. They were descending over the prairie, so there was no lights, there were no visual reference. It was essentially descending over a black hole. They were given clearance for a visual approach, so they were looking out at the lights of Oklahoma City, looking for the airport. And for some reason, they missed that assigned altitude. Perhaps it was distraction in the cockpit.
Earlier this week, it was revealed a Southwest plane from Hawaii came within just 400 feet of slamming into the ocean back in April. A memo saying a newer first officer accidentally pushed forward the control column. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
The nation's busiest travel hubs experienced a major disruption of rail service Thursday. A power issue caused massive cancellations and delays for New Jersey Transit and Amtrak services traveling into and out of New York's Penn Station. Amtrak says a brush fire contributed to the issues for train travel between New York and Philadelphia. The power outage was due to a malfunctioning circuit breaker. Rail service has since resumed, but delays are expected due to backed up rail traffic. Amtrak warns high temperatures could require trains to operate at lower speeds. Remember, follow us on our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time is now 6:38 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. If you're looking for summer fun, it's just a few hours away.
I'm ABC's Em Nguyen in Washington, just 6 days away from the big debate between President Biden and former President Trump. How the two candidates are taking different approaches as they prep. That coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your weather and your health forecast, followed by your marine forecast. And later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at the tropics and all the rain that is still to come our way. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero. Not too bad of a morning out there. In fact, it's another warm and humid morning, just like it is every summer. Right now, it's 76 degrees, and you can see some of the clouds out there as the sun's coming up. You can see it is also a little bit humid out there, sitting at 98% because your dew point is 1 degree off that temperature. And with winds a little bit light this morning, might be careful on the roads. You might see a very thin layer of fog for today, but that's going to be dissipating by around 8 or 9. But other than that, grass pollen, all the pollen across the board, all going to be nice and low today. Air quality will be pretty good today, actually. The UV index is going to be extreme today with a few peaks of sunshine, so please be careful with that if you have some sensitive skin. But other than that, the good news today is that the tropical storm warning has been removed and it's been downgraded to coastal flood warning because there's still a little bit of storm surge on the beaches, so please be careful with that. But winds today going to be much lighter than they were the last couple days, only gusting up to about 25 knots at times, making your bay waters nice and just slightly choppy for today. But please be careful with the flooding that's out there still, and also if you're going to go to the beach this weekend or today, not the greatest day to go today, a little bit better tomorrow. And if you do go to the beaches, please be careful with the rip currents. They are one of the biggest killers out there in the oceans, and if you do ever happen to see a rip current, they're very visible. You can see them in the waters. They look like this, and they look much different than the waves on the other side. But if you ever happen to get caught in a rip current, the best way to escape it is from left or to the right, not down the middle. But for the rest of this weekend, we got a little bit more warm weather, the sun coming out tomorrow, and some more tropical showers on the way on Sunday. And we're going to take a look at all that and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. We're just 6 days away from the first presidential debate of the season. President Biden and Trump both preparing to face each other in the first of its kind debate.
This morning, the highly anticipated debate between President Biden and former President Trump less than a week away. Trump, despite repeatedly attacking Biden's mental fitness, now raising expectations for Thursday.
All I can say is this. I watched him with Paul Ryan, and he destroyed Paul Ryan. I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater. Yeah, I would say. I think I don't want to underestimate him.
Sources say Trump is holding policy meetings with Republican allies to prepare. They say Trump, who is no stranger to TV, will pay close attention to how things will appear and play out on the television, especially as both candidates have agreed to no live audience and mic muting. President Biden doing his own preps from Camp David, including 90-minute mock debates led by his former chief of staff.
He's about him. I'm about the country.
Biden expected to focus on Trump's stance on reproductive rights, accuse him of undermining democracy, and put Trump's criminal conviction front and center.
This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
Overnight, Biden reportedly receiving a $20 million donation from billionaire, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. But it comes after the president's operation was outraised by Trump's for the second straight month. The Biden campaign and DNC raking in $85 million last month, far short of the $141 million Trump's camp says they raised. The race is still neck and neck, with 538's average presidential polling having both men hovering just above 40% voter favorability. Trump with the slightest edge. Biden won a coin toss and decided to choose where he'll stand. He chose the podium on the right side of the TV screen. Trump got to pick the order of closing statements. He chose to have the last word. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We ask you, will you be watching the presidential debate next week? Okay, let's take a look. 75% of you say yes, and 25% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. If you're looking for summer fun, it's just a few hours away at Moody Gardens in Galveston. It's located on Galveston Island, and it's known as an educational and entertainment wonderland.
You'll travel the world through the depths of the ocean in our aquarium to the rainforest of Asia, Africa, and the Americas, or a journey under the skin with Body Worlds RX. There's so much to see and do. Learn more at moodygardens.com and book that vacation today.
A reminder that Moody Gardens is family friendly and their hotel is dog friendly. If you want to bring along your fur babies, come to crossroadstoday.com to learn more. And the time is just about 6:45 on our Friday morning. Still to come, mortgage rates fell for the third straight week. Okay, it's time. It's time to celebrate those birthdays. Happy birthday to Everly. Everly, you are too groovy. Happy second birthday to our little girl from Mom, Dad, brothers Sebastian, Sadie, and Maymay, and Grandpa. We're all your family. We love you.
Oh, happy birthday, Everly. Look at that sweet picture of her, too. Happy birthday, and happy 53rd birthday to Jerry. May your day be as sweet and as delightful as the love we share. Happy birthday to the sweetest husband in the world. Happy birthday, Jerry. So sweet.
And Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World star and Parks and Recreation star Chris Pratt. He's got a birthday today. He's 45.
Ooh, happy birthday, Chris Pratt. And also a happy birthday to our own lovely Sunrise anchor, Carolina Estrange. She's right here to my left. Happy birthday, Carolina. We enjoy spending every morning with you. We hope you have an amazing day filled with love and joy.
Oh, I love spending every morning with you, Parker.
Thank you, Carolina. That's so
and
sweet.
with all of you, too.
And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More, and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
All right, the time is now 6:46 on our Friday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. Maybe you're celebrating one this weekend.
That's right, today or this weekend. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I hope y'all got used to, or at least someone got used to the rain that we had over the last couple of days, because we got a couple more showers coming our way today, and we got lots more coming our way even going into next week. We'll look at that just a second, because yesterday we got up to about 90 degrees, and I think the weather's going to be pretty similar to yesterday's weather. I think today I get up at about 90, maybe even 91, but yesterday got about, this is reported at the airport, they saw about right around 1/10 of an inch. But here in Victoria City, we saw right around 1/4 to a little underneath a 1/2 inch here in the city. But otherwise, looking at your rainfall totals over the last 24 hours yesterday, you can see just about all of us saw right between, ranging, I think it looks like between about 1/10 of an inch all the way up to 2 inches in some areas. But then remember, we're going to add these rainfall totals onto Wednesday's rainfall totals. Those were Thursday's rainfall totals. Here's Wednesday's rainfall totals. In Victoria County, we saw between 1.82 inches to 3.36 inches. Goliad County, they saw 2.59, 2.5 inches to almost 4 inches. Rockport saw 5.5 to almost 8.5 inches, 8.35. That's why they had so many flooding concerns down there. They even had a couple of tornado warnings down there in Rockport as well. Really hope that everybody is safe and all right down there going into this weekend. But for today, we've still got some more showers. I know y'all are probably all so ready to be done with the showers, but today, good news is it's not going to be too heavy of a rain. You can see here only totals getting up to about maybe 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/2 an inch with some of the heavier showers, but I'm not really buying that too much. Because the good news is if you don't like the shower, we're going to cut off a little bit going into tomorrow. Sun is going to come out, but then more tropical moisture arrives again coming our way on Sunday. And we're going to take a look at all that more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Now for some good news for home buyers. Mortgage rates fell for the 3rd straight week to their lowest level in almost 3 months. Freddie Mac reported Thursday the standard 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 6.87% for the week ending June 20th. That's down from last week's 6.95% average and down from a 2024 peak of 7.22%. Still, mortgage rates remain higher than anything seen in the decade before 2022. That's the year the Federal Reserve began to raise interest rates to combat inflation. Thursday's summer solstice brought us a full strawberry moon. It will appear low in the sky and stay close to the horizon. Despite its name, the strawberry moon looks like a pretty shade of gold, not red. The full moon started Thursday night and will end Sunday morning. It will be at its fullest tonight, and that will also be the best time to view the strawberry moon, just before dusk. Find a location where you can get a low view of the eastern horizon. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Authorities say a couple from Pennsylvania are dead after getting caught in rip currents. Authorities say a couple from Pennsylvania are dead after getting caught in rip currents while swimming at Florida's Stewart Beach. Martin County Fire Rescue said an emergency call came in at approximately 1:30 p.m. for missing swimmers who were pulled from the ocean off Stewart Beach. Lifeguards pulled 2 unconscious people identified as Brian Werter and Erica Wishart out of the water and began performing CPR. The victims were both from Pennsylvania and were at the beach with their children, who called 911. They were rushed to the hospital but later died. Richland County held a funeral procession Thursday for a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois canine named Wick. Wick died after being hit and killed by a driver during a foot chase on Interstate 77 in Columbia, South Carolina, Thursday morning. Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott said deputies are searching for the driver who was the subject of the chase. The chase began after the driver of a van failed to stop. A canine specialist deployed Canine Wick. The 2 were chasing the subject when the canine's leash broke. Then Wick entered the traffic lane and he was hit by a car and killed instantly. Wick had been with the Sheriff's Department for a year and a half. Aid is once again reaching southern Gaza via the U.S.-built floating pier. Central Command says it transported 1.4 million pounds of aid Thursday. That's the largest single delivery day to date for the structure. CENTCOM says it reattached the pier Wednesday after dismantling it earlier to avoid damage from heavy seas. If you're in a rush to get your passport, don't sweat it. The U.S. State Department is opening 6 new passport agencies in 6 major cities. New facilities will be located in Charlotte, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Orlando, Salt Lake City, and San Antonio. However, the State Department did not list the addresses or opening dates. Earlier this week, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the new facilities will assist those with urgent travel needs. The news comes after the State Department began testing an updated online passport renewal program earlier this month. Former Donald Trump advisor Steve Bannon is set to start his 4-month prison sentence next month. Thursday, a federal appeals court rejected his bid to delay it. A jury found Bannon guilty of contempt 2 years ago for not complying with a subpoena for an interview with the House's January 6th investigation. Bannon's trial judge initially paused his prison sentence for his appeal to play out. A recent decision by the D.C. Circuit upheld his conviction. He's expected to report to a low-security federal prison in Danbury, Connecticut. It's another day of severe weather in much of the U.S., but some areas are finally getting a break today. Parts of the Midwest could set record highs, while northern New England finally gets a cool down. More records could come from areas of the Mid-Atlantic. This weekend, the nation's capital could top 100 degrees for the first time since 2016. Meanwhile, some southern states are reeling from the first named storm of the hurricane season. Now, a few northern states could face flooding from severe weather. Texas electricity demand could nearly double in 6 years, grid operators predict. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at our beautiful sunrise on this Friday morning with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Parker Cox. Parker.
Good morning, Carolina, and good morning, folks. If you're tuning in with us this morning, look at this. Yes, Carolina, you're right. Look at this pretty sunrise over Port Lavaca. Another pretty sunrise for your Friday morning. But other than that, if you're going to go see that sunrise, it's a great time to do it. Very nice out there, and we don't have any showers in the area just yet. But we might have some more this afternoon. Look at that just a second, because right now 80 degrees and still plenty humid with the humidity at 94%, because your dew point is 2 degrees off from that temperature. But looking at your satellite, you just saw there were a couple clouds out there this morning, but other than that, generally sunny out there. But you can still see the remnants of Alberto. There's lots of clouds out there, and you can also see this new disturbance that we've got our eyes on as we go into this weekend, spinning out there in the Gulf right now. But coming away today, we do have a couple more scattered showers, and we got lots of peaks of sunshine as well in the background. And extreme UV today is going to get us up about 90 degrees here in Victoria. Out west, y'all can see the low 90s for today. And I think, like I said, plenty of scattered showers all day today, going to get already up in the upper 80s by noontime. But like we were saying, and right around going into this weekend, right around Saturday and Sunday, this little low pressure system here might develop into a tropical depression, and they got a 60% chance developing as we go into the weekend. And that's why I think we still got some more tropical showers heading our way on Sunday and Monday.
Yes, and just a reminder, we do have our hurricane tracking guides right here, where we have a list of all the named storms. So the next one could potentially be Beryl or Chris. So be sure to go to our website to find out where you look these up, and have a great Friday and a wonderful start to your weekend.